If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is, right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
So if you can do those three things, start with a list, organize the list by priority, and then start on and complete your most important task, you can double and triple your productivity, sometimes almost overnight.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So today I'm just taking a nice little peaceful walk. Got the cars going by. And I decided that I need to think of how should I structure my life so that I have minimum stress, because I really think that's been the key factor that has been contributing the most to my disease. All right, so the first thing I was thinking I could do is go to bed earlier and wake up earlier too.
Coming to Rony Turioff. Kobe, show me some footwork.
I've been with you for a long way. The one moment that stands out of, we've done, I don't know how many done, we've done what, 800 events. Mm-hmm. The one time was 4 a.m. We went out to practice at 4 a.m. And that was your idea to do it. But and then, you know, all these Nike people are like, no, let's not do that. And then you're like, let's do it at 4 a.m. So you got security, you got brand marketing, sports marketing going, no, let's not do it. You're like, let's do it. Because that's your sustenance, right?
I mean, to me, it just makes complete sense.
Not to us.
But I don't, like, okay, so.
See, all right. Usually, I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. You're working out. So talk about that.
Okay, so if your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, mm-hmm. right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions, right? Now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, you know, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because they're 5 years behind. Right? So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in.
Is that genetic? Or is that something you ingrained and trained yourself?
No, it was
Who
just,
taught you that?
For me, it was just common sense. Like I can if I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is. Right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that way I could wake up, begin my work, begin whatever I need to accomplish for the day, bright and early, get it done very early in the morning, my most important task. So that would be like a weight lifted off my shoulders. That's the first thing. So the second step for me is very early in the morning, right after I wake up, eat breakfast. I'm gonna want to lay out my priorities for the day and list them and organize them in order of importance. So that way I can get my highest priority tasks done first, early in the morning before anyone really is waking up or I have any other crazy things that happen in the day, because crazy stuff is always happening. Unexpected things will always pop up in the middle of the day. So by listing out my priorities and acting and completing my most important task first thing in the morning, I think that'll relieve a bunch of stress. I'll know I'm making forward progress on my definite goal in life. And the rest of the day I think will be a lot more relaxing and less stressful because I'll already feel accomplished from completing my most important task that I've laid out in the morning.
The first thing you do in the morning, before you check your email, your phone calls, newspapers, first thing you do in the morning is make a list of everything that you have to do that day. Once you have a list, you have a track to run on. Writing down a list clarifies your thinking. Writing down a list forces you to think at a higher level. If you start working from a list, you increase your productivity and output by 25% the first day. All successful people work from lists, and all successful people, with regard to their projects, work from checklists. A checklist is a list of everything organized in sequence, and you go down the checklist. Now, the second way that you can organize your day is to set priorities on your list before you begin. Don't just rush into it. Look over the list and apply the 80-20 rule. If you have 10 items to do on your list, 2 will be more valuable than the other 8 put together. Sometimes it's the 90-10 rule. If you have 10 items on your list, 1 will be more important than all the others put together. Go down your list and ask yourself this question. If I could only do one thing on this list before I was called out of town for a month, what one task would I want to be sure to complete? Now, in my life, I'm called out of town for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes a month, all the time. Last fall, I was out of town and traveling in 15 countries over 36 days. So I have to look at my work list before I go, and I have to get my most important tasks done. So once you identify this task, this leads to the next way to organize your day, is begin immediately on your most important task, and then stay with it until it's complete. All of success in life comes from project completion. It comes from taking jobs, and a project is called a multi-task job. It means there's several little jobs within the larger job. And what you do is you organize your projects by sequence, the checklist, and then you start on your most important project, and then you stay with that project until it's complete. This process is called single handling. It's the most powerful success strategy that you can use in managing your time. You can actually increase your productivity by 50% by simply starting and completing your most important task first thing every day. So if you can do those 3 things, start with a list, organize the list by priority, and then start on and complete your most important task, you can double and triple your productivity, sometimes almost overnight. Thanks for listening. This is Bryant Tracy on Success Talk.
It's going to be a lot more hard work, a lot more mentally challenging, especially with my fatigue from my disease. I got chronic fatigue. It's hard for me to wake up. Plus I have insomnia. So I'm going to have to battle these and, work hard to improve my life, improve my health. Because I feel like I've been very jumbled and disorganized. So if I could get my organization down in the morning, right after I wake up, I think I'll have a much better shot at being a more productive human being. Those are just my thoughts. I'm gonna test out my hypothesis starting tomorrow. I'm gonna get it on video here, so if you guys like more videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe down below. I'll see you throughout the rest of my day. What's going on YouTube? So I just finished a bunch of important work that I usually would do from midnight to like 3 in the morning, but I finished it before, what time is it? 8 o'clock. So that way I can shut my brain off, de-stress, and go to bed early. So we're gonna go see Blade Runner real quick. Me, my mom, and Mr. Christopher, we're about to go see Blade Runner, and we'll see how good it is. People say it's pretty good. 3 adults for Blade Runner, please. 8:15.
It's gonna be 25.22. There you go.
Thank you. All right, we got the tickets. Here we go. Welcome to Movie Co. Theaters.
Oh, lovely. Okay, Blade Runner is going to be in theater number 17. It'll be down your right. Enjoy.
Thanks, Jesse. All right, we're in here. So, what did you guys think about the movie? It was good. Chris, you liked it? What do you think about it?
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it either, to be honest. I was totally lost the whole time.
I got it.
But Christopher's a genius, so
You got it.
he totally got it. But, well, you win some, you lose some when you're picking movies, so at least I got to relax. Well, we're out of here. The end. See you, Movie Co.
We should have seen
Brought popcorn back.
American